Hello, everyone. How's everyone this evening? This is Shop with Diane, episode 196, coming to you from my business, Take a Hike and Take Two Boutique in Thunder Bay, Ontario, which is located on the north shore of Lake Superior, not too far from the American border. It's just a 35-minute drive out of Thunder Bay to get to the Pigeon River boarding crossing that'll get you into Minnesota. So it's no big surprise that we are paying attention to the big election that is happening on November 5th. And it seems to be not just us here on the border with the US interested in what's happening, but people around the world are focused in, especially on the presidential election coming up. So I am just going to pull up the comments, seeing if anyone is joining us by saying hello. I do encourage all of you, whether you're watching the replay on the Take a Hike and Take Two Boutique Facebook page or the Shop with Diane YouTube channel, to pop on and just say hello. Let us know that you're watching. And kicking off in our comment section is Barb, a regular. Hello, Barb and Cy. Happy birthday, Cy. Yesterday, I know this, Cy turned 80, so congratulations to you, Cy, and wishing you many, many more years of health and happiness, and being a fan of Shop with Diane. And for all of you who were kind enough also to offer greetings to my dad, Mike, who turned 99 last week. He says thank you to all of you. It was a real blessing. And we have Gina and Linda here as well, saying hello. I know we have some others watching, and yes, please get involved. This format of doing live stream shows and doing shopping has been terrific in terms of building community by our viewers. And I am always surprised when I'm out in the community that people say, "Oh yeah, I've watched you." And people from the Northwest Territories and across Canada, across the border, and in other countries as well. You never know who's watching, but if you do pop in and say hello, it brings all of us a little closer together. So people are forwarding some birthday wishes to Cy in the comment section. So great to see that. Oh, thank you, Barb. I'm going to pop up this comment. Oh, best shopping show by far. Well, thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. It's been fun. Nobody thought at the beginning of the pandemic that this is what we would be doing as an option for shopping, which has allowed me to be kind of that old-fashioned retailer who gets really excited about her products and likes to share with customers the knowledge that I have about it, the reasons behind it, and engaging with the customers. We've kind of got away from that. Even before the pandemic, people sort of started to do more online shopping. Seemed to be in a far bigger rush in and out of a store. Didn't really want to engage in a conversation, whether they just weren't there interested in it, or they were just too rushed. But this format, hopefully you are comfortable enjoying a cup of tea, a cocktail, a hot chocolate. Many of you multitask. Hey, put down those dishes and just indulge in watching the show. And Mary is here as well. Hello, Mary. So as I said, this is episode 196 of Shop with Diane. And I try to, in my shows from time to time, sort of get into community events that are going on, holidays and occasions. But really what is dominating, I think, the news feed and our minds and maybe some of our worries is the election across the border. And it seems to have been going on for years, but we are now just 12 days ahead of the November 5th election. And so I thought that's what we kind of talk about when you do your curbside pickups, or you're coming in to do the pickups. It's what we talk about when we're meeting up with friends. And I know we're a bit anxious about what's happening. We have an interest because what often happens in the US impacts people around the world. It spills out into across our border in terms of attitudes and behavior. So let's take a bit of a look at that. Hopefully, if you have some views that are not respectful and kind, that you hold them, you present them in a better way, because I don't want this to turn into something that is trolled and trashed. Okay, and I think that is what we've kind of seen happening across the border. A lot of trash talk, not necessary. And we can have differences of opinion, but my view for many years is, rather than focusing on what divides us, let's concentrate on what we have in common and the goals that we share. And if we focus on those things and move forward with those things first, you know what? We'll get to the 20% that we disagree with. And we'll probably realize after working together, it's only 10% that we disagree with. And that's probably not even important. So that's kind of what I'm seeing happening across the border with the new presidential candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris, who's kind of brought that perspective as well to her campaign. And rather than things dividing people, let's work together. There's good ideas on the left, political left, and the right, and in between, and we should put our experience and best thinking to make things happen that really it makes a change that impacts all of our lives. And I'm really maybe it's it's not a bit of a surprise. I just came across an article the other day, and it says, "Are women over 50 the critical voting group no one is talking about?" Now, this appealed to me because pretty much my customers have, and we have men watching. Thank you, Sai, for joining us. We have younger people other than 50 joining us as well. But for the most part, my customer base are women 50 plus, active, educated, lovely people, women over 50. And even when we talk about doing live stream shopping shows and so on, or live streaming, the commentators, the marketers, say, well, yeah, that's generally for younger people. And when I speak up and say, I have an audience and they're primarily women over 50, they sort of thought, really? You do this stuff? Of course we do this stuff. We have years of experience, life experience, career experience. We keep learning and growing every day. And perhaps we are bringing some of that, I'm not going to say sensibility, the calmness. We've been through a lot of garbage and many great times, but now we're wanting to leave a legacy that really represents our best work. And the world needs us. The world needs us. And there was an article done there that actually that demographic in the US of women 50 plus have a greater likelihood of getting out and voting. They are well informed, and they're liking more and more are liking Kamala Harris. So that could be the group, although they're focusing on Gen Z and young Black males and Latinos and so on. They're not really, as a group, being seen women 50 plus, but hell, as a 66-year-old woman, I'm not done yet. And I'm just getting actually inspired by what I see across the border. I see Kamala Harris, who turned 60 on October 20th, as a new generation. She's being recognized for her experience and the fact that she is doing what she's doing with such the way she's doing it is inspiring me, thinking that, you know what, I have been over the years too, like many of you, hardworking and have opinions and views and have tried to bring about positive change in my own community. And, you know, the forces that be don't want to hear from us. They shut us down. And I've got to the point where historically I was politically very involved as a volunteer. I just shut down. It was like, it's not worth my time and effort and the stresses of it. I'm out of it. But Kamala Harris has got me thinking I'm not the only one who's out there. And there are other amazing women who are stepping up and contributing to the direction of their organizations, their communities, their country. And so maybe this is a time of change, but we won't know until not just November 5th on election day, because that counting is likely to go on for a couple of days thereafter. And then, of course, we kind of anticipate there will be questions of whether it was a fair and free election. But let's remain optimistic that things will improve. So a little bit about the show. I'm going to talk a little bit about politics. I'm just so I am transparent, and I come with a bit of a bias. Politically in Canada, I would describe myself as somebody who is in the political center and maybe slightly right of center. And I always like to think that that center group really decides the outcome of elections, because if you're on an extreme left or an extreme right, you're going to hang in there. It's that group in the middle who says, you know what, that's a little too far left for me this time. Let's get things moving in the other direction. So I'm going to describe that's who I am. So, but one thing is, though, in terms of us as Canadians, perhaps learning about the US, and I do not profess to be an expert in Canadian politics and hardly an expert in American politics, but watching the election unfold, and it's kind of my pastime now. In the evening I'll go through YouTube and listen to some of the speeches and the commentators and get more familiar with what's happening. But here in Canada, the Liberals are probably more like the Democrats. And I've kind of found it confusing until recently. I understand it now. The color red has been adopted by Liberals in Canada. But across the border, the Republicans, who are to the political right, they have the red color as their color identifying their party. And the Democrats, who are kind of on more to the left, but in this election kind of moving more to the center because they want to capture some of those Republicans who are more towards the center. The Democrats go by the color blue. So that's kind of just get your head around that. Now, I looked around, it's a shopping show. What do I have that's blue and red? Well, I think we need to start the evening off with a bit of a drink. What do you think, folks? So let's see. So we have, what do we have? We have from Montreal. Oh, and did you know that Kamala Harris, when she was 12 years old, her mom moved her younger sister and her to Montreal to work. Her mom went to work at McGill University in the medical sciences part of the university, and also at the Jewish General Hospital. They were there for 5 years, and Kamala's mom was a breast cancer researcher, a talented so from India, American woman who went to work there. And Kamala describes that time in her younger years as quite a shock because there she had moved from California to Montreal in the month of February. And she says there were 12-foot snowbanks and she didn't know any French beyond what she had learned in ballet, a pirouette, perhaps. So anyways, these are handmade cocktail bombs, mocktail to begin with. And red, as we've learned, is kind of more reflective of the Republican Party. And we have, this is cranberry lemonade. And then I pulled out today blue raspberry. And so I'm going to make myself a drink. What do you think? I'll make myself a drink. Let me see who else in the comment sections. We have Deb is joining us. Hi, Deb. And as Gina is sharing with us, if Trump wins, she'll need a lot of drinks. Well, I think we could maybe, if he loses, we can pop open the champagne. What do you think? We're describing our bias, but you know, folks who are watching this, for the most part, my customers, as I've done a small poll, I think that's kind of where we would be primarily. And I sort of was just thinking as I grabbed a bite to eat before the show, it's not about that you have to agree with the other person and how they vote and their opinions, because we all have a very unique perspective. It's kind of like how we grew up, the work that we do, our life experiences, the neighborhoods that we live in. That's going to form how we see the world. And I don't expect you to have lived my life and I yours. So we're going to differ on a lot of things. But we should be able to talk to one another respectfully, listen to each other's various points of view, and think about that. And possibly we might even change our point of view if there's a respectful conversation. So what these are drink bombs, cocktail drink bombs in biodegradable plastic. I take one of these out of the plastic as I mix myself a drink. These are $5 each, these drink bombs, and I have probably about a dozen different options for you to choose from. And that would be for mojitos, margaritas, pina coladas, mimosas, all sorts of drinks. So what you do is get yourself a glass, people. If you have some at home already, grab a glass and pour into the glass some fizzy water. It's not so fizzy, but it's fizzy enough. And I got myself a soda stream when I start to bring this product into the store. So here we have some sparkling water, and you just drop in to the water your cocktail bomb. And it'll take about 5 minutes for this to dissolve. It's fizzing as it dissolves. It's letting off a lovely, lovely scent. As I said, this one is, the flavor to this is blue raspberry. And so blue is the color for the Democratic Party in the US, and red being for the Republican Party. So I'm going to set those aside. If you'd like any of these drink bombs, let me know in the comment section. That's how you order, is in the comment section. Let me know, or you can phone me or text me. And the phone number to phone and text me is 807-628-4334. That's 807-628-4334. And you can order items that way. I do have pickup times scheduled, and I'm not going to do a pop-up market this weekend, this Saturday, taking a bit of a break from that. But so that means that I'm going to have curbside pickup times, which used to be curbside pickup times. Now you can come into the store tomorrow, Friday, from 11 to 1 to pick up your pre-orders. Saturday 11 to 1 and Monday 11 to 1. If those times don't work for you, I am kind of juggling a lot of appointments for my parents who are, I'm blessed to have both of them living in the country yet, but they're needing a little extra help, and there are a lot of appointments to get them to. So, but I'll be happy to work around those appointments and try to meet up with you. I'll do my next Shop with Diane show in a couple weeks on November 7th. I thought Halloween night is next Thursday. Maybe not the best time to do a shopping show. You might have to be interrupted too many times by the ghosts and goblins coming to your door. And then you'll see I have some pop-up events coming up. So there we go. Now, I thought I probably should explain why my color choice of purple and how that relates to the election across the border. Well, I didn't want to be blatant in terms of where politically in this election I may, if I were American, be voting. But in the US, it's not the national polls that where Kamala Harris is leading that says she's going to be the president. They determine this state by state, and each state has different I forget the word, but different number of votes get cast. I don't know. They have to get to number 270. What's the word? I don't know. But going into this, electoral votes? Is it votes? Gina, is that right? Thank you. I need to. Votes, electoral votes. Thank you. They get, each state has a different amount of electoral votes that they get to add to the main count. And in the states, most of the states, it's already known if they're primarily leaning to the Republicans or the Democrats. So they'll say certain states are red. So those will be Republican states. The blue states will be the Democrats, but those that are too close to call, oh my gosh, they call those the purple states, because of blending red and blue together makes them the purple states. So those are the states to be watching, and purple is the color. But you see, my cocktail bomb is turning quite blue. Maybe just to be fair, I should end my show with a red one. I could do that. Or mix the two together. I could be doing this all night. So we have cocktail bombs. They come in different colors, but I selected to show you this evening the two options that I have here. So what can I show you next is a little bit of trivia along the way. I did mention that Kamala had lived in Montreal for a bit, and her mother was from India. Her dad was actually originally from Jamaica before he took American citizenship. He was an economist, and so she's kind of comes with those types of ethnic influences and experiences as well. Now, anybody have an idea of how tall Kamala is? Or it's a bit of a surprise to people often when they see personalities that they admire on TV, radio, podcasts, and so on. And I was shocked to learn that she is just 5'4". She wears heels. She says that'll get her up to 5'7", but 5'4", and that is it's like an inch and a quarter taller than me, which is not really tall, but my goodness, she certainly carries herself in a way that is with such confidence that makes her definitely come across as a woman of great height. So that was a bit of trivia. This is a little surprise to me. In the U.S., though, there was a James Madison, a president, and he was 5'4". But he was considered to this point the shortest president in the U.S. The tallest president, anyone know, is Abraham Lincoln. He was 6'4", and he would wear that top hat, so he would have been like a giant. Abraham Lincoln. Well, I did mention that Kamala's birthday was last week. Was it last week? This week? It was the 20th. I guess it's this week. And so I thought what we can do is pull out the happy birthday Instacake cards to show you if you're not familiar with these. These are fantastic. This is a product that's made in Vancouver. A woman who actually immigrated from the UK to Canada and who came up with this. And she used to enjoy the opportunity to share with family and friends in the UK cake at birthdays, and found that just sending a card, it was just not enough to stay in touch with those folks. So she thought, how can she come up with a cake that she can send in the mail? Well, look at this. You can send a cake. You get a envelope that this will fit into, and all the things you need to make a little cake, and a delicious cake. And I think, is Lydia joining us? I know Lydia has sent one to her 9-year-old grandson, who she describes as being a little bit fussy about desserts and things. But there he was. He had quickly made up his cake and gobbled it down with his brother. So she was quite amazed, and he enjoyed it very much. Really great tasting cakes. It comes with instructions, and this particular one is this one? Vanilla confetti cake. So it's a vanilla cake, a confetti cake, and what you get inside are a little pan to bake it in. You get cake mix. So you put the cake mix in there. This unique little is a 1 tablespoon measuring thing. So you can make this at the office. You don't need to be in a full kitchen. You just bend it like this. And this is a tablespoon. So you just get 4 tablespoons of water. And then it comes with a little stir stick. This is paper. So what you would do is stir it up real well, and then pop it into a microwave for 60 seconds. Take it out. It makes the building smell beautiful. And just let it cool. And when it cools, you've got a package of delicious frosting, not too sweet, just absolutely delicious. Spread that on top. So put sprinkles on it, and it'll come with a candle, and people have a cake. And if you sat down and ate that cake by yourself, it is very substantial. So I have no problem with this cake sharing it or divvying up, over a day or two and enjoying it that way. These are $18. We have other themes to choose from, but this is the Instacart cake, and I thought I'd introduce it on tonight's show because, as I said, Kamala turned 60 on the 20th. So what else do I have to show you? We have cake. Oh, the other cake option that I had was a double chocolate. So there's a vanilla confetti, double chocolate. There's lemon cakes. There's some gluten-free options. We have some Christmas theme ones as well. Lots to choose from. So how's everybody doing on this Thursday evening? I hope you're doing well. And if you're just joining in, welcome. Blueberry raspberry. Blueberry raspberry. Not nearby. That pairs really well with rum or vodka, but my preference would be to put the rum in it. So I fixed myself a drink there. Do a little bit of shopping, and let's learn together about Shop with Diane and the election. And as Gina is saying, it was a beautiful day today. We certainly have had a most unusual fall season here in Thunder Bay, where temperatures are well above normal, and leaves are still on many trees. And but today was absolutely a beautiful day. You're so correct there. So I sort of thought, how do I make a show out of an election? As I say, I'm going to play up October. I want you all to know that I still have just remaining from Alex and Ani collection, the adjustable birthstone bank bracelets. So this is the pink color there for the month of October. These are lovely. You just open them up like this. These are made in Rhode Island. Open them up like this, which makes it easy for somebody who has arthritis or larger hands. And look at that, how lovely that is. The October birthstone, I just have one remaining in the shiny silver finish, and just one remaining in the gold, shiny gold. So if you know somebody who has a birthday in the month of October, or just likes the color pink, please just put that in the order in the comment section, and I'll confirm its availability, and then I'll have you come by to pick it up. If you are watching from out of town, though, orders of $50 and more, we can organize to have those mailed out to you. So our pickup times, you can see, are Friday, Saturday, and Monday, 11 to 1, or call me to organize a time that's convenient for the both of us to hook up. These were normally $34, but I'm clearing them out for just 20. So scoop those up after they're gone. They're gone. I won't have any more of the October birthstone. So look how beautiful those are. Can we focus? Not so well focusing, but absolutely Swarovski crystals, and from Alex and Ani. So we have those. Our next item, I found this kind of interesting, that I haven't heard anybody talk about the name Kamala Harris and its origins as a name. And it actually, the name Kamala, it comes from Sanskrit, a language, an older language from India, and it means lotus flower. And I have a little bigger description of it, and I have an Alex and Ani bracelet with a lotus flower on it. Ooh, can we focus? I don't know. There we go. You can see at the top of the lotus flower, there is a symbol. It's called the Om. People in who are into yoga really appreciate that. And then on the reverse of it, it says resilience, illumination, and beauty. So that's on the back. You just open up this bracelet and pop it on. And really, the more bracelets that you have on, the better it really looks. And these become great gifts to give friends, family, or yourself. And my thinking was, because lotus flower, well, I'll show you what, first of all, a little more about I am making it available until November 5th or while quantities last. The Alex and Ani Lotus peace petal flower, which might make us calm and send positive energy across the border. This will just be $15. So it will come with a card for you as well. And Alex and Ani is a company that is all about positivity, and they choose symbols and provide you with a description. So Lotus Peace Petals is illumination, beauty, resilience. There's magic and power in the things you cannot see. Beneath the water's surface, rooted in the murky sands, sits nature's most precious gem. The beauty of the lotus inspires peace in physical form. It is beautiful, it is resilient, it is admired by all. It is a symbol of peace and purity and enlightenment. So you will get that and this beautiful bracelet that typically would have been $34. Never have I marked down Alex and Ani to $15, but let's do it. Let's do it. Get your orders in. How's everyone doing this evening? We still have people with us? Just say hello and how you doing? And cheers to all of you. So, and Debbie, it should be, some places I've seen it spelt with an A, but I think more properly it's an E. Devi is Kamala's middle name, which too comes from the Indian language, which means goddess. So, and her father, in some of his writings, said that the culture in India worships God. The cultures that worship goddesses produce strong women. So that was okay. So it's kind of interesting where names come from. And thank you. Linda's going to take a bracelet. Way to get us off started for tonight's shopping, Linda. Appreciate that very much. So just for all of you again, the Lotus Peace Petal bracelet was $34. It's now just for $15. And why it's on our show tonight, because the name Kamala means lotus flower. So there we go. I'm using my creativity to try to connect some dots here. Let's see. Okay. What do I have on my list next? Well, elections across the border and here as well. But if you've been watching, there have been many celebrity endorsements that especially the Harris campaign has been getting, and those would be sports celebrity, music celebrities, those in actors and so on, getting endorsements for people from like Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney from the Republican side, just wanting for some decorum, some sensibility, respect for the law and the Constitution, saying, let's put political stripes aside and we need to come together to bring about some sensible changes. So they're getting Kamala's not just getting endorsements from people that historically would have been never imagined to have been voting for a Democrat candidate. But also I said celebrities. So just recently, well, there was Oprah, Taylor Swift. Um, Recently, though, Eminem. Who else is Stevie Wonder? Bruce Springsteen is joining the crowd. Usher, of course, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, Katy Perry, Willie Nelson, Whoopi Goldberg, Cher, George Clooney, Barbara Streisand, Martha Stewart. Um, uh, Tonight, though, I think it's in, oh, where is it? Someplace where you wouldn't expect them to be. Beyonce is going to be appearing with Kamala Harris and Barack Obama. That's why I like to watch these things in the evening, is just kind of who's coming on board to campaign, to hear them speak as opposed to perform, and so on, has been fairly interesting. And this is with modern technology and the internet and so on, elections sure have changed, and it can be overwhelming. And I know a number of people that are just, they're sick of it, and whatever happens, happens, and stick our head in the sand. But I got hooked. I got, this has reignited me, the campaign, even before the campaign months ago, as we were watching the trials of Donald Trump and thinking, well, you know, something's got to happen to hold this man accountable, and just to see assassination attempts and so on. You couldn't write this stuff. But because of the endorsement of Taylor Swift, I thought it'd be a good time to highlight that we do have for this fall some Taylor Swift books, and she will be coming to Canada, Toronto, and Vancouver very soon. And there are Swifties of all ages around the world, and there, you may have some in your own family, um, daughters, nieces, sisters, granddaughters, and so on, grandsons. There's no gender in terms of who loves Taylor Swift. She really, in terms of her success as a musician, a songwriter, a businesswoman, you can't deny her success, and the fact that she continues to try to inspire in positive ways young women, is something that I admire very much. So we have some Taylor Swift books. There's a coloring and activity book, which is 1995, and just all sorts of things to keep people busy and learning about more about Taylor. And this book is, it says 33 beautiful line drawings to color, 7 fun-filled activity pages, 3 test your knowledge quizzes, and all sorts of fun facts about Taylor. So that's 1995 for the activity book. I love this book for all ages, but especially grown-ups. And it's paint by sticker book, and what we have here are all sorts of fun facts and pictures about Taylor, but you'll see it next, adjacent to it, will be numbers on a sheet. And what you do is there's stickers in the back that you would stick this all together to create a mosaic, something like that, which is really fantastic. And this is $21.95. So this is the Taylor Swift, say, call it the sticker book. If you'd like those, I have limited stock. You're going to do some Christmas shopping, birthday gift shopping, let me know, and I'll be happy to set one aside for you. Okay, next thing that we have this evening for, I'm going to stop talking about Kamala for, and turn on to her running mate, Tim Walz from Minnesota. Just 30 minutes drive from us here in Thunder Bay is Minnesota. So that's pretty amazing. And so I thought for Tim Walz, who was the governor of Minnesota, if you've heard his story, he was he is in the National Guard. For many years, he was a high school teacher, a football coach. He he moved his way up to become governor, working with both political parties to get progressive policy changes happening, including school programs where offer breakfast and lunch to kids in Minnesota, all sorts of things. Anyways, he is a grounded man. He's a hunter. He's comfortable in camo. He could take vintage cars and trucks apart, and he's kind of who you'd expect, the classic dad out of Minnesota, stereotypical dad, but he is part of the Harris Waltz ticket. So I thought I'd just have two of these remaining, these amazing toques. And I thought, Tim Waltz, he wears camo caps and toques and so on. This is a fantastic one. If you're familiar with this, not only is it a great winter toque, it comes with the built-in headlamp with 3 settings. So wherever you are at night, and whether or in the dark, maybe you're going down to the basement, the lights don't work. You put this on, and wherever you look, it'll illuminate the area in front of you. Also, when you're outdoors in the winter evenings, you can be seen. It is an amazing hat. And when it comes time to wash the hat, you remove this. Or if you don't want to have your headlamp on during the day, just have a great toque like this. I have 2 remaining, one in red and one in navy blue. I suppose if you wanted to purchase the demo one that I've been without the packaging, could do that as well. The price of this is $29.95. So get them now, $29.95. Let me know if you'd like the red night scope hat. I failed to remember, it's not just the headlamp that's a great feature, is that it's how you recharge this. You simply pop this off, stick it into a USB port that will recharge it. So it's a rechargeable LED headlamp with 3 settings, $29.95. And hopefully you'll get that done. Now, I appreciate all of your comments and sharing. I have to tell you, I don't know, I'm kind of exasperated. And Facebook, when I make posts, it is maybe sharing it to 30 Facebook accounts. People that follow Take a Hike and Take Two Boutique, where we just about have 3,000 followers. When I look into the numbers in terms of how many people saw it, like the post I did earlier today, 30. So we got to do something. I'm going to be putting some money in to do some advertising in Facebook to see if they'll like us anymore. But your comments are and shares and so on. Now, Gina has a very good question. Do I have a public account? I do. It's a business account. So I have my personal one, but then I have the business Facebook business account. So, but a lot of people who with business accounts are just, it's getting pointless almost because we're not getting the results that we're putting in the effort. We're getting none of the results, and we somehow need to push this forward. So sometimes if you just go into your preferences, into your settings and preferences and who you would like to follow, I think you get to choose maybe 20, 30 people and businesses you follow. Check into your settings and see if we're one of them, because I'd love to get this circulated. Or if you're one of the 30 who may have see one of our posts, I'd be very appreciative if you would just do that extra little bit and share it, post a comment and a heart or a thumbs up, and see if we can get better traction, because it's very disheartening. And you're great supporters, and there are many great supporters who think I've fallen completely off the face of the earth, off the Facebook face of the earth. So, okay, so we've talked about Taylor Swift. Oh, well, I showed you a book for about Taylor Swift. Here's a book that I thought for Minnesotans and us here in Canada might be a great thing too. Sensational Snow Day Puzzles for Kids. So this has word ladders, math puzzles, match games, word searches, crossword puzzles, facts and opinions, mazes, letter clues, all sorts of puzzles and so on in this book. I don't know how to flip through something that I can't really. You can see it like this, just $9.95, and yeah, I would say it's great for young adults, young. I'm not sure the grade exactly because kids are reading early and so on, but there's something to keep adults interested as well. The whole family. Wouldn't that be great in a stocking stuffer or a gift to the kids in the neighborhood or so on? So it's Snow Day Puzzles. It's just for $9.95. Because Tim Waltz is from Minnesota, and let's play that stereotypical thing. And you'll see him campaigning as well in plaid. He probably has almost as much plaid as my dad. So we've got these amazing buffalo plaid planters available. The larger one of the two is it's maybe about 8 inches across, and it is for $21.95. What a great thing to not just put a plant in, but also a gift in, a collector just to catch things, put together a gift basket, fill this up with all sorts of things. And the smaller one is $12.95. So we have these because Tim Waltz, you can catch him wearing plaid. And I think Barack Obama was saying that his flannel shirts, Tim Waltz, they're even worn out. He's authentic when it comes to that. So and I just have one remaining buffalo plaid, which is a special edition Nalgene water bottle with a leak-proof top. You can smash this, crash this, and it is going to withstand any of the abuse that it's going to get, pretty much. And so it's resilient, isn't it? So just one remaining, $21.95 for that one. What else do I have is, oh yeah, well, in northern Minnesota, there's a lot of Swedes there, are there not? We have the amazing Swedish dishcloth with different imprints on them, but I thought I would show you the one with the evergreen trees on them. And these are fantastic. These are a blend of cellulose and cotton, 70% cellulose, which is wood fiber, and cotton, and they are biodegradable. They're highly absorbent, first of all. They're great for in the kitchen to do the dishes with and so on. Highly absorbent, great for dishwashing. You can use this hundreds of times, and it says up to 200 times. You can wash in the washing machine or the top rack of the dishwasher if you want to get it ultra clean. So the set of 2 of these, individually we have other patterns individually at $5.95. This 2-pack set is $11.95. So if you would like those, let me know. And you start to build a bit of a Christmas theme as a gift. But I thought also it'd be great to show you this great lovely mug from Abbott, great gift company, as well as that has a tree or has snowflakes on it. Can't you imagine a hot cup of coffee, hot chocolate, and watching the election results come in, or watching the months and months of debate about the election results that come after, I'm sure. But these are $8.95. So let me know if you would like a snowflake mug or the tree mug. And really just with a wider bottom than top, so it's going to be really stable that way. And those are from the company Abbott. We're getting close to the end of the show. Love to get your orders in, people. Shop with Diane. I know some of the products you may have seen if you're a regular time before. Maybe those are items in the past you weren't quite ready to purchase. Maybe you weren't doing some of your Christmas shopping yet, but hopefully you're doing it now. So what I'm going to show you, though, is one of the political parties will be at the end celebrating. So we have just let you know that if anybody is celebrating anything, maybe an anniversary, a job promotion, wouldn't they love to receive in the mail one of these Instacake cards with all the ingredients and the directions that you need to make a celebratory cake. In this case, this is vanilla confetti cake mix and frosting as well, and easy to do. $18. It just costs $3 in Canada to mail it out, and I think that is just the best. It's nice, it's exciting to receive a card because in the mail, because we hardly receive those any longer, but to receive a cake, an activity, is something delicious. Now that's extraordinary. So we have those for $18. The other thing I said is, maybe pop in the champagne corks. So in that regard, what do we have is the champagne stopper. So champagne bottles or sparkling wine bottles have a little different top to them, which makes them difficult to reseal. So what we have in 3 colors, whether it's in a pink option, an all silver option, black or green, and let's see. Oh, and I just got a message through text or email or Facebook from Dale ordering a Lotus bracelet. Absolutely, Dale. I'll set one aside for you. So how these work is, if you're going to not drink the entire bottle of sparkling wine or the entire bottle of champagne, or even if there's a period, some wait time between that, you don't want all the bubbles to escape. So what you do is pop on one of these, and this part here is going to wrap around I haven't done this for a while, so I've clipped those on, but now I'm going to pump in pressurized air inside that space until you press till it's hard, which I've done. And then when it comes time to drink it, I let it out a little premature, like it just sizzled out of there. I wanted to pop, but maybe part of it is because I pulled the water, I put water into it about that level, so it doesn't give me much pop if I dump some of that out. Let me try that again. Pump it again. So people who enjoy sparkling wines or champagne or Prosecco would love one of these. These were really hot sellers last Christmas for us. So I still have some remaining. The price of this is $12.95. There we go. Thank you very much. And I know that there are some people that are not, who are Trump supporters, who might be watching this, and we just have different opinions. This is the opinion of a Canadian woman who has had my own experience as a volunteer in the political process, years back who grew to be cynical, who put forward my best effort in career and community, became cynical, but I'm feeling rather inspired by the Democratic presidential candidate, who I personally believe has a lot of people skills required to pull people together and to address real problems, whether it's, well, there's all sorts of problems, but she has been, I think, an inspiration to a number of people. And you can just see by in a short period of time the large crowds that are assembling, the money she's raised. I think, and she's raised, and elections are run very different down there, aren't they? But $1 billion to finance her campaign, short campaign so far. So I have one cookie tin with Joy to the World. It's just $8, and I think there will be some joy brought to the world if the election unfolds the way I hope it does. If it's not the way you're hoping it does, well, let's just agree to disagree. Okay, so do I have anything else to add in terms of just a little trivia? I know our time is going on, but I found this to be kind of interesting. A little more details about Kamala, because it makes her a little bit human, more relatable. She loves Doritos. It's her favorite go-to sort of comfort junk food. And in the 2016 election, when she was running to be a senator, and she was that election night, but it was also the same night that Donald Trump was being elected, she sat on the couch with her husband and just ate a whole family pack of Doritos. You go, girl. So maybe this election night she'll have another family pack of Doritos. You can imagine her there. She, in 2014, married Doug Emhoff. Now, that is his second marriage, but Kamala is good friends and has an amazing relationship with Doug's ex-wife. Doug brings to the relationship two children, and Cole and Ella, who call Kamala Mamala. I love Mamala. I just want, Mom, I want to call you Mamala. I love the sound of it. So I think that's kind of terrific. And what she loves to do in her small amounts of spare time, well, she's one of those very health conscious people to begin with. She gets up and exercises every morning, but how she unwinds when she can is she loves to cook, and at the end of the day, to relax, she enjoys reading recipe books. Okay. I don't imagine too many presidential candidates enjoyed reading recipe books. And her footwear, yes, she does wear some heels to get that 5'4" body of hers a little higher, and she could claim she can be as tall as 5'7", but you'll catch her wearing Converse sneakers. Yeah, she's a practical gal too. So apparently sneakers in black and white, and with laces and without, and high top and low top, that's her favorite footwear choice. So I don't know if you found any of tonight's show of interest, folks, but it is certainly, the election is something that we all have opinions on, some anxiety about. It is hard to ignore that what's happening there isn't impacting some of our thinking here. And I think it's just really important that people who are inspirational to the rest of us find a way to take on these leadership roles and work towards a better, fairer, kinder, more peaceful world. So to our American friends, you have I think, a clear choice to make. But for some folks, it remains a difficult choice. I hope you talk to many people and have an open mind and get involved in this very, very important election. So please love to get your comments as we sign off this evening. If you're a regular viewer, let me know if you've enjoyed this show. Don't forget to please share our post. As I said, Facebook is making it almost impossible to get our voice heard on the internet. And we're going to need to do something rather drastic. I would hope that would be lots of sharing and commenting and try to maybe we can get it going that way. I don't want drastic to mean that I just give up and we're done, but we need to get something going on here, because put a lot of work in to see 30 people that are just scrolling. And even just trying to advertise tonight's show, Facebook rejected the ad because they don't want anybody to have a post in the business account that just discusses any social issues or political issues. What? Okay. Well, anyways, it's been fun. I keep coming on Thursday nights because despite all the hard work in pulling it together, it's sort of get a bit of an adrenaline rush. I get connected with people in our community and from places afar. Love doing it, want to continue doing it, and stay in touch, everyone. I'll put up again, if you have any questions or want to come by to pick up some of the products that you've seen on this show or the past shows. Note that our pickup times are Friday, Saturday, and Monday this week, coming up from 11 to 1. If those times don't work, give me a call. Of course, many of you are talking to your family and friends about the MSM pain relief lotion. You might be running out yourself. Give me a shout. We'll get people hooked up with this. I will be at some markets in the community, not this week, but a few weekends in November, including getting to Nipigon. So if you're watching from Nipigon or Terrace Bay or Marathon, you can come by and try this at the Mistletoe Market happening in November in Nipigon. And oh, thank you so much for your kind words, Gina. And you'll be in tomorrow to pick up some more MSM lotion. Love to see all of you and in person. Okay, Diane, that's enough. Okay, good night, everyone, and stay well. Look forward to catching you for the next live show on November the 7th. And happy Halloween on October the 31st. I'll pop on just to say hello, but I won't be doing a regular shopping show. So good night, everyone.
A leap of faith to change the situation. Can't keep waiting for someone else to grant